Hey everyone, welcome to No Man's Land in Farm Sim 19. So I did see that they released this map over on 22, and to be honest, I am quite excited for that because I have a lot of fun just building farms in this game and had fun with it in 19, and I'm probably gonna have a lot. I'm already having fun with it, I should say, in 22. And I have started playing 22, absolutely love it. I know there's some quirks, as with any game. They're going to have their quirks. I don't think there's a way to avoid that no matter what game it is. Even if the game is really good, there's still going to be a quirk that should face somewhere in that game. Um, but besides all that, not here to worry about that. I decided, I was like, I kind of want to go back and look and see what I did in 19, kind of get the ideas going again of what I could do in 22. The fact that they have a fence placing that's going to be so much better and easier this time around. So I figured I was like, well, what if I just kind of did like almost like a showcasing segment kind of thing, or just something like kind of just show off what I did with the place and how I had my fun with building a farm in this. And who knows, maybe it may give someone an idea. I don't know. It's just something I felt like kind of going back to it and figured I would share what I did with the No Man's Land map since everything on the map is meant to be placeable. So obviously everything here I had to place down and or position, and yeah, I would be lying if I didn't tell you there was a few times I did cheat some money in because I made several errors of what I was looking for, where I was just like, I don't like that, and delete it and fix it, and you're like, no, I don't like that, and obviously it takes money, so by the time you figure out what you like, you already put yourself in debt trying to build the building and deleting it 3 times because you didn't like how it sat. Um, I'm a little particular like that, I guess. I don't know. It's just I like building stuff, and I do. I guess you'd say I kind of cheat the money in to build the farm, I guess, more or less, but not necessarily to work the farm. Um, but anyway, let's get started here and go floating around. We are actually sitting in the grain farm section of the map, and I basically had the Millennial Farmer sheds, and this is from the Straw Harvest mod. This is just their storage shed with nothing in it. And then the just some silos for storage, and of course the because I did start out with the whole ICB tanks over there and filling up the stuff that way, and then of course after I do it so much and I kind of switch over to using the tanks that automatically fill up your vehicles for you for fertilizer and herbicide and all that. And as we head out of here, we have Millennial Farmer's house. I did download that mod. And then a little straw shed there. Or bale shed. Heading off to the right here, we have some fields that I laid down. You'll notice when I pass a few of these fields, not everything's perfect. That not every field has it yet. But at the time, I was slowly placing these signs out front of each field. And that basically was a way to help me remember what crop rotation I was using on the field and when to plant the field. So for instance, this particular field, if you notice it says some rot and then CLO. Basically it's just a summer rotation, and it was cereal, I'm probably butchering this, legume, and oilseed. Legume is basically soybean in this game. I think it was the only one on that list. So that was the rotation I was using for that field, and the O4 just stands to plant it to be ready to plant in the 4th day of summer. Is basically what I was doing there, and that was what I came up with to keep my mind straight on how I had these fields set. When you have more than one rotation going and you have way more than like 2 fields, 3 fields, 4 fields, you start to everything melt together a bit, in remembering what you did in those fields. Of course there is, you can look back and see when you just mouse over the field, but that's just a way for me to quickly reference the field when I drive up to it, just see what I did to it and move on. Gives me a way to keep planting at the same time frame too. Alright, so we're heading back this way. This back here is my cow farm, hiding up on the hill here. This took a little bit to get right, and this is where I basically was cheating money in and out, because building slopes in 19, if you did play it, was interesting. If you didn't play it, the new slope tool is amazing. It's way better than how you built slopes in this one. Not saying it was hard, but not saying it was easy either. It just got a little more convenient with the new slope tool. So we have our cow barn, we have our silage clamps over here, and then we have our bale storage for if I did use some bales for obviously the feed. And then we have a storage shed down there. I think I was going to purchase another forage harvester, but I was alternating between the two places that I had the forage harvester being used at the time. Now we're going to head off, and we'll just cut through the grass here a little bit. Whee! Did I almost roll that thing? I just noticed I got leaned over pretty good. Can you roll this thing? Maybe. Let's not find out just yet. Never actually tried. So if we come on down this way, we have a field here. I forget what I was going to use that for. I think cotton, actually. That's why I made it so large. But down here, we have ourselves the sawmill, with some trees off to the right here planted to kind of cover the place in. I was thinking of somewhat harvesting those. Wasn't sure. Then back here we have this sawmill was part of the global company stuff, and it would produce boards and planks, which I would then take into pallets and a pack of boards basically. Then I had plywood production in the back corner there. And then over here we have a sell point. Yeah, I was a little lazy and didn't feel like traveling long distance for certain sell points on this map. So I placed sell points at the locations, minus some of my grain sell points. And then up in the woods back there is where the harvesters actually are currently parked, with some more trees growing out that way. And now we're going to head over to what is the factory that I placed up. And that is sitting off to the right here. Kind of staying this whole every time we do something we go right pattern. It's going to change here shortly, probably. More of those signs I have in front of my fields. Believe that one actually back there. I want to say that's a spring sign, I'm not entirely sure. But here is the factory I placed down. Basically this is for just selling. I made it, give it a bit of a good look, not just place something down and not have one item in here. But this is the factory setup. Basically, you go back here to sell root crops, and I believe sugar cane can be sold back here too. And then we have another sell point here, as well as some corn flour that can be produced there, and some storage facility stuff you can put up, some more heap storage basically. And then I think I was gonna place some more stuff like heap storage over there. Not entirely sure how I was gonna do that, or maybe even a silage storage. Didn't really fill that one out. Over here to our right, we have a sell point for apples and orchard stuff, and then honey, as well as a cotton place to sell cotton, and our biogas plant for silage. And we have that all set up here for that. I was in the process of placing the fences down for this place. And then if we head back out here and again to the right, we have our small little town that I was in the process of building, complete with a honey production facility off to the left here. And then in the back we have our straw pellets and grass pellet production facility as well. Sitting off in here, we have our little honey production, and then we have the pellet production right here. And at the time, I believe I was only producing straw pellets. I don't believe I cut any grass pellets back here yet. I hadn't gotten as far to put any grass pellets back there. Up here we have our sweet shop with a sell point, and we have a garden center with some greenhouses in the back, and then back here some rolling hills with a little inn up on top there. Wanted to kind of build something up on a hill. Of course, that took a little bit to get those rolling hills right. They're still not perfect. Also notice there's some rain inbound. Hopefully it doesn't strike us in the middle of all this. And then, last but certainly not least, hiding back here in this portion of the map was it the process of me putting in an apple orchard. I have some apple trees that are sitting back here, as well as this place that I can sell honey at as well. So I was bringing the honey back here and also selling the honey at the other location because I was producing so much of it at a given time that I would fill up both places. So I basically had to spread out where I was filling that place up too quick and had a lot of leftover honey, so I'd bring it to this place over here and sell it there as well. And I never got to like fill in more stuff in or even finding more mods to put like more stuff in to give it that like more fun or more involved look. But yeah, that is what I had done so far to the No Man's Land map in 19. So it's gonna be really fun to toy with this map and mess around with with more ideas in 22, and especially when more mods come out. When more mods actually start making their way out, it's gonna be quite an entertaining map to play. It'll be a lot easier to place a lot of the fences that I have placed, because if I do go into the menu here, remember how to get to my garage. So this is how you viewed your garage, and if you notice, there is quite a long scroll. I do like how they have the owned stuff now all separated. It's so much easier to get to stuff than it was in here to find out and sell it. So that was probably the one downside to having the productions on the map and having a bunch of stuff bought for them. So it was the amount, and also just the decorations and stuff being placed out, was just having them take up a placeable spot, and realizing that, holy cow, I have a lot of stuff on the map. Other than that, though, that's pretty much it. That's a quick little tour of the No Man's Land map from 19. And as I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it and whatnot, and I hope you maybe one of you guys that check this out got a little inspiration of something to do on whenever you play on the new one. So if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. But anyways, if you liked it, awesome. If you don't, hey, more power to you. You have that choice. Anyways, I will see you guys in a later video, whenever that may be. I couldn't right say. I don't video that often. But again, I hope you appreciated it. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys down the road.